Like every year, right before Mother Nature shuts down the roads to truck traffic for the year, we headed up to our little off-grid cabin for the annual Halloween trip to shut up the cabin for winter. Nate, Sarah, Wookie, and I joined
Grandpa Mike,
Papa Mike,
Grandma Mary,
Mama Mike,
Jess,
Tax,
Wade at the big cabin
it's time.
for Halloween
Halloween,
to carve pumpkins.
don't stuffy.
We woke up the next morning to rain, fog, and snow. Sarah and I took a little walk around in the rain to see the forest and take in the last of the fall colors. We looked for mushrooms, we watched the rain fall, we looked at the different types of trees and plants and tried not to get wet from the slow but solid drizzle coming down. Sarah got a little chilly, even wrapped up in the blanket, so she returned to Grandma in the warm cabin, and I continued for a while without her, soaking in the forest and the clean, crisp air. We had a lot of work to get done to shut up the cabin for winter. Thankfully, Wade and Nate were there to help so that Sarah could slack off as usual and I could pretend I wasn't just eating bonbons.
Another elephant. What does he say? You do that.
The largest job being burning the burn piles. So we ate a big breakfast
If you're worried about that, you shouldn't even have it.
and put on some particularly attractive rain gear, layers and layers so that we could at least attempt to stay dry and warm, and then headed down the road to get to work. The burn piles had been stacked up throughout the summer from various projects and some land management around the cabin. Thinning and cleaning up the forest around the cabin helps prevent wildfires and supports new growth and life. There has been a good amount of rain this fall, and it made for a good and wet forest surrounding the burn piles, making it a good time to get rid of them. And because there's always more work that can be done, we cleaned up the areas on the sides of our little old road, cutting back the buckbrush and trimming trees and new growth to keep the pathway open and accessible for all year-round use. We kept 1 or 2 saws running the whole time, and the rest of us hauled. Sarah was not the biggest fan of the work, I have to say. I think she maybe got a little cold, but she also didn't like sitting by the burn piles to stay warm. Although they had plenty of heat coming off of them, the constant branches getting thrown on was not the vibe she was going for, apparently. Sarah did much better with pumpkins this year. She actually touched them, so that alone is a improvement.
It's okay. It's gonna.
She still was not the biggest fan, but she did a little bit better. Sarah and Nate carved a pumpkin. I carved a pumpkin. And Jess and Wade carved a pumpkin. Theirs was Coors Light themed. Nate's was a classic jack-o'-lantern theme, which was good for one of Sarah's first pumpkins, I thought. We collected all of the seeds and stuff from our pumpkins and just roasted them up and made pumpkin seeds. They were delicious.
And Jeff's basement is making money.
Look at this ooey gooey on your foot. What do you think about that? Yeah.
Good job.
Good work. Look at all
There you
those
go.
pumpkin guts you're getting out of there.
I'm gonna scrape it and I'm gonna let you take it all out, okay?
Nate, this is your deal.
Once we got them all finished up and carved and cleaned and ready, we put them outside with the candle in them to see how they looked. And they all looked good. And my pumpkin was a fun little reminder that Sarah's gonna be a big sister come February. Woohoo! The next morning, we woke up to even more snow. And with more snow in the forecast for the rest of the day, we decided to pack up, clean up, and drive out while it was still hopefully good roads. Pumpkin chocolate. The drive out was absolutely stunning. So beautiful the whole way with the snow and the rain and just the gorgeous fall colors. It was amazing. And as always, it was a wonderful trip into the cabin, and we'll miss it until next spring. Goodbye, Big Cabin.